organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Seniors, it's your last week of class here at Iowa. We've got a preview for you on what's happening on campus.
And there are almost 9,000 hours in a year, but 10,000 hours of volunteering. Find out more about this organization next.
And in sports,
see where the Iowa men's golf team is heading for the NCAA regionals.
All of this and more is headed your way.
Welcome to Monday's edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Horhan.
And I'm Abigail Meyer. The number of names on the list of conservative presidential hopefuls continues to grow. Carly Fiorina, former Hewlett-Packard CEO, announced earlier today that she will be running for the Republican nomination. She's the first woman to do so in this race. Fiorina has no political experience beyond an unsuccessful U.S. Senate campaign in 2010. But she says she's the best candidate for the job because she understands how the economy actually works. Fiorina will be campaigning in Iowa later this week.
Another name you can add to the list is Detroit native and retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson. Carson announced today that he'll also compete for the GOP nomination, becoming the first African American on either party's potential ticket. Carson, much like Carly Fiorina, has little political experience, but he claims that's part of his appeal, saying he's more interested in doing what's right rather than what's politically correct. Some analysts believe this rogue attitude has the potential to turn conservative voters off.
And recently, 2 men in Garland, Texas were killed by police officers. This happened after the 2 men tried to shoot up a building where controversial cartoons of the Muslim prophet Muhammad were displayed. It has recently been released that one of the 2 men linked himself to the terrorist organization ISIS after a tweet was discovered by the authorities. The tweet was posted before the shooting, and the man identified as Elton Simpson and tweeted, "May Ali accept as Mujahideen." The 2 attackers never made it into the actual center where the cartoons were displayed.
Collaboration on campus between 2 UI organizations filled the IMU tonight with tunes and students. 10,000 Hours show teamed up with Scope Productions to present the New York City band Mr. Wives. This marks the celebration of the 10,000 Hours show's nonprofit work throughout the past year. The organization encourages UI students to offer their time and in return rewards their volunteers by presenting a show in thanks for their dedication. You can participate by registering and logging 10 hours of service. Each member had the opportunity to join in on the dancing and music of Mr. Wives.
10,000 Hour Show is pretty unique. Started over 10 years ago now. It actually started at the University of Iowa. And they kind of initiated the movement to reward volunteers on campus for all their efforts throughout the year. And they thought, what better way to do that than to bring like a rock concert.
Iowa City Police are investigating a shooting involving a minor that happened on Sunday night. A 10-year-old boy was taken to Mercy Hospital after being shot in the lower leg in a house near West Benton Street and Highway 1. The boy's injury was determined to be non-life-threatening, and police are calling it an isolated incident and say the public is in no danger.
The best burger in Iowa has finally been announced. More than 4,000 nominations were submitted for the coveted title that was previously held by the Ames's Brick City Grill. The Iowa Cattlemen's Association and the Iowa Beef Council announced its winner earlier today. The Cedar House in Fairfield, which offers 5 signature burgers, took home the prize.
And Iowa City is in the running to win the title for Best Town in America. Outside Magazine has requested its readers to choose from 64 towns in what they describe as a place with top-notch restaurants, vibrant farmers markets, friendly neighborhoods, and an access to hiking and biking trails. The towns were placed into the region brackets, and Iowa City faces off against Kansas City in the first round. The final 16 towns will be featured in their upcoming September issue. If you are interested in voting, go to our Facebook page to place your vote. And Megan, last night I was woken up to quite the thunderstorm.
I was too. Beth, do we have any severe weather in the forecast?
Guys, we have plenty of storms headed our way this week. Our weather this next week matches many of our mixed emotions about the school year coming to a close. Humidity, high temperatures, and rain are in our forecast, so you won't have to worry about missing any sunshine while studying for finals. We see rainfall early on, with the chances of rainfall continuing throughout the morning. Temperatures will sit right around the high 50s to low 60s with high levels of humidity. Into the afternoon, temperatures continue to rise into the high 60s and low 70s with overcast skies. And for the rest of the evening, temperatures stay in the low 70s, eventually dropping down into the 60s. Humidity is high all day with chances of rain faltering on and off. The rest of the week looks to be much of the same, bringing us rain throughout the week. It looks like our colder days could be coming to a close. Wednesday, we see our high for the week in the low 80s and the only day of the week without rainfall. The rest of the week, we see high chance of rain daily with temperatures staying in the high to mid 70s. And that's all I have for you in the weather studio. Back to you two at the desk.
And with finals next week, most students escape to Facebook or Twitter as a quick study break. But what about those who take a lap around the block with a furry friend? Brianna Ox has more.
Meet Dusty and Thaddeus. They live a pretty lavish life, being fed, walked, and loved 24/7. They, like many other pets in Iowa City, are cared for by students. But what sacrifices are students making to accommodate their pets' pampered lifestyles? Time, and lots of it. As Shelby Telcott discovered, between being a student and a pet owner, life can get pretty hectic.
Just managing your time. You know, you have school, and then I also have athletics, and then you throw a dog into the mix. But I found that people are typically pretty willing to help out.
Though not all pets are time-consuming. Just meet Sebastian. The little gecko has been with UI junior Mary Stump since last year and is no inconvenience.
Low maintenance, as low as you can go.
The hardest part about owning a gecko?
I've never actually lost her, but I fear that all the time. The first reaction is to step on her. So, yes, the fear is real.
While it's a lot of work juggling the responsibilities of caring for a pet and being a student, it's well worth it.
Even if you have a really bad day or a really stressful day, you go home and, dogs love their owners. And at the end of the day, even if it's the worst day ever, you come home and he's really excited to see me. And so it's probably the best thing.
Reporting from the north side of Iowa City, this is Brianna Ox for Daily Iowan TV.
It's senior week here at the University of Iowa, and as students are finishing up their final semester, they're also reminiscing their college years. 47 Things You Should Do at Iowa is a list designed by the IMU marketing team to promote Hawkeye traditions. Reporter Megan Coble asked a few seniors what items they've crossed off their list.
Guys, I'm at the Iowa Memorial Union today to ask some seniors about their progress with the 47 Things You Should Do at Iowa list. Here's what they had to say. What is one of your favorite memories out of the 47 Things You Should Do at Iowa list?
One of the things I did that I loved was I went to the multicultural fashion show, which crosses off the Do Something Cultural.
Definitely see a concert at the Iowa Memorial Union Main Lounge.
There are 11 libraries here on campus, and one of the things on the list is to visit all 11 of them. Have either of you done that? Oh, I didn't even know there were 11. Have you studied at all 11 libraries here on campus?
Yeah, I think so.
What's one thing off of the list that you wish you would have done during your time here at Iowa?
I wish I would have studied abroad.
For upcoming freshmen, what advice would you give to them?
Just definitely get involved in something right off the bat.
For more coverage of Senior Week, be sure to tune in to Daily Iowan TV. Reporting from Iowa City, I'm Megan Coble.
3 Iowa rustlers were arrested in connection to a rash of burglaries in Marion in the middle of March. But now those men have been charged. Ross Limbeck, Seth Gross, and Logan Ryan are facing 12 counts between the 3 of them, including 3 felony charges. And now suspended rustlers stole thousands in merchandise from garages and cars in Marion over the course of a night. The worst of those charges are punishable up to 5 years in jail. And Megan, it was an exciting weekend for the Iowa track and field team as they hosted their 16th annual Musco Twilight Meet.
And Abby, from what I understand, they performed extremely well for their home crowd.
Well, to see exactly how well they placed, let's toss it over to Zach Mackey and Taylor Mathis, who are standing by in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Guys?
Thanks, ladies, and we will get you the recap from the Musco Twilight Meet in just a bit. But first, some exciting news for men's golf. I'm Zach Mackey.
And I'm Taylor Mathis. The University of Iowa men's golf team earned their 7th straight NCAA regional bid.
The NCAA Golf Committee announced Monday morning that Iowa was selected to the Yale Regional and will be competing at the course at Yale in New Haven, Connecticut on May 14th through the 16th.
Teams were selected to one of 6 regional sites with 13 or 14 teams competing at each location. The Hawks are the number 7 seed at the Yale Regional.
It was a lot of fun sitting in there and watching it with some of the people that support Hawkeye Golf. We're excited about Yale. I know every year it's one of the best college golf courses in the country. Seth Rayner design. I haven't had a chance to go to that place, but I know all the players on the team will be really excited, looking forward to the challenge.
In their most recent competition, Iowa placed second in the Big Ten Conference Championship, and head coach Tyler Smith says that performance is proof that his team is peaking at the right time.
I still believe our best golf is in front of us. I've been saying that for a couple of months now. I think we saw a little bit of that last week at the Big Ten Championship. You know, we had the lowest round of the day, 2 out of the 4 rounds. The guys are really motivated, hungry right now. Really looking forward to playing a couple more tournaments this year.
The Hawkeyes are one of 6 Big Ten teams to advance to the regional competition and are in search of their 4th NCAA championship finals berth in the past 7 years.
This being my senior year, I'm just excited with the group of guys that we have to be able to make a championship run.
The top 5 teams, along with the top individuals not on a qualifying team from each region, will advance to the NCAA Finals in Braxton, Florida on May 29th through June 3rd.
While the men's golf team was earning their 7th straight bid, the Iowa track and field team captured 7 event titles at their home meet on Saturday.
For more on how the Tracksters shined at the Musco Twilight Meet and how baseball fared over the weekend, let's toss it over to our Whip Around crew. Aaron, start us off.
Thanks, guys. The Iowa women's track and field team competed this past Saturday at the Musco Twilight Meet right here in Iowa City at Kretzmeyer Field. Freshman Jahisha Thomas led the team with her first place finish in the long jump with a mark of 20.12, enough to tie her for first place in the Big Ten. Sophomore sprinter Brittany Brown was the next to take a title with a time of 11.47 in the 100-meter dash. Lake Quazza was the 3rd and final team member to win a title at the event with a time of 23.6 in the 200. The team looks to build on this momentum throughout practice the next 2 weeks as they prepare for the Big Ten championships. Now I'll toss it over to Austin to catch you up on Hawkeye baseball.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. The Iowa baseball team kept things rolling as they claimed their 7th straight Big Ten Series victory, dating all the way back to last season. This time, the Hawks took 2 of 3 from the Michigan Wolverines, the first time they've taken a series from Big Blue since 2010. Pitchers Calvin Matthews and Nick Hibbing combined for a 4-hit shutout right here at Duane Banks Field on Sunday as they took the series. They ended up winning the game 2-0, and the Hawks will be back in action this Tuesday right here at Duane Banks Field again when they take on the Western Illinois Bulldogs. Now I'll toss it over to Hannah Thompson, who's going to catch you up on men's track.
Thanks, Austin. This weekend marked a successful weekend for the Iowa men's track team with many personal bests at the Moscow Twilight Meet on Saturday. Iowa took the top 2 spots in the triple jump, made some serious speed in the 1,500-meter race, and took the win for the 1,600-meter relay, along with many other winning events. The men's 400-meter relay team clocked Iowa's 4th fastest time in school history to win that race as well, putting their time of 39.66 in a 2nd rank with the Big Ten and 16th nationally. The track team also excelled in hurdles and throwing, with freshman Reno Tafuli qualifying for the U.S. Junior Nationals with his discus throw. That's all I've got for the Whip Round today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, guys.
And that will do it for us here in the sports studio, but be sure to tune in to tomorrow as we look at a Hawkeye pitcher who spent 1 whole season in the stands, but now has turned into the Hawkeyes' #1 pitcher in relief this season.
Abby and Megan, back to you at the desk.
From all of us here at the Daily Iowan TV studio, thank you for tuning in for tonight's newscast.
Be sure to check us out tomorrow night, same time and place for your latest news, or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
I'm Megan Horhan.
And I'm Abigail Meyer. Have a great night.